As long as you are going anyway, come along with me. Yeah, I'd love to come along next time. They are calling to invite you to come along.
But we also want you, our developers, to come along for the ride.
And wait till the school bus come along.
Dad will come along.
So seeing that come along as my career progressed, I started working.
The bad news is something horrible will come along and replace it.
If ever better opportunities do come along.
If people are going to come along and chop it down.
He had changed his views and sort of come along with Madison for purposes of ratification.
And Francesco invited him to come along.
Of columns and all of the other work that's come along the way.
In order to come along with you on
Being patient with him, waiting for him to come along.
Audience who've especially come along to this because they've been...
She just needs the right man to come along.
Or just an idea has to come along.
building a story here. Come along with me.
Allow us to come along.
They come along and say, yeah, never mind.
These have come along long past when those samples came back from the moon.
Maybe we should have invited them to come along.
So then I come along and I start saying this is...
Or authority or, what can come along with it.
I would come along.
It seems like. So the Kendrick Lamar album couldn't come on at a better time. Chance the Rapper couldn't come along at a better time.
Those unpleasant symptoms that come along with foodborne illness.
The U.S. isn't the empire power, then another one, yes, will come along and hurt U.S. interests.
All those who didn't come along with us and go, oh my... Don't come along, and which has happened, run in the door.
For somebody to come along and tell us...
So the cultural time was right for this kind of product to come along.
It was an awful would come along and eat them.
The Islamic State, something will come along to replace it because those problems.
Then the 80s and 90s come along, those countries...
So, new stage technologies come along.
We just should come along for the ride.
Those opportunities just don't come along very often.
This is something I want to tell you has really come a long way.
Because then Jeremy Bentham will come along and steal it.
And then the movies come along and